Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to be doing a quick deck tech on my new build for the new Bant Commander, Estrid the Masked. Now, I built her as one of the first competitive commander decks that I've ever built. I usually just play casually, play janky fun stuff, but I figured I'd try the competitive build for once. Now, she's a 4-mana CMC Enchantress Commander. Her +2 is going to untap each permanent you control that is enchanted. And you enchant your permanents with her minus ability by creating these masks, which conveniently give totem armor. I've separated this deck into a few different categories, because as a combo deck, which we will be using the Chain Veil, everybody's favorite, most fun interactive card, we've got mana, a lot of digging, a lot of answers to protect our combo pieces, and then a couple support and combo cards. So let's start it off. I'm going to start off with mana here. Obviously we've got the Mana Crypt, a Lotus Petal, Soul Ring, Mana Vault, a couple Signets, Commander Sphere, Basalt Monolith, Thran Dynamo, Gilded Lotus, and then a couple Mana Dorks, as in Noble Hierarch, Birds of Paradise, Elves, Eric's Methes, which probably isn't good in this, but I like the flavor. Then we're also running some enchant land cards. Now these are crucial because you can untap your lands with Estrid's plus ability, gaining you quite a bit of mana, which will be important to our combo later. Next we're going to go into all the digging. It's really important as a combo deck that all we are going to do is dig, dig, dig. So we've got top, obviously a good card. Trinket Mage to find some of the lower CMC mana. Spell Seeker, we're going to find those instants and counters. Enlightened and Mystical Tutors. Fabricates to find Chain Veil. War of Invention to find Chain Veil. Impulse and Fact of Fiction to just dig a little bit. Windfall, after we dump out our hand pretty quick, we're going to be recycling that. Blue Sun Zenith, which can draw us a bunch of cards and also is a main win condition. We have Sphinx's Revelation, if we fall behind in life, draw some cards. Search for Iskanta is always good. Rhystic Study and Mystic Remora, two enchantments that will help draw us even more cards. Same with Sylvan Library, a little bit slower. Then we've got a little Planeswalker package in Jace the Mind Sculptor and Tezzeret the Seeker to dig. Jace can also be a win condition once we obtain infinite mana and loyalty activations. And then Tezzeret mainly to find Chain Veil or other combo pieces. Now moving on to our combo pieces, our first obvious one is Chain Veil. Now, I'll explain the combo a little bit later, but 4 mana, you can tap this to basically activate each Planeswalker you control once more. We've got Teferi to untap all of our mana rocks. Paradox Engine, if we don't have Teferi or another thing like that to help out. Staff of Domination will eventually let us draw an entire deck, gain infinite life, and help control the board a little bit while setting up. Isochron Scepter, I'll explain some of the combos here a little bit later. We have Voltaic Key, just a little bit of help similar to Paradox Engine to help get our mana rocks out. Then we have Power Artifact. If we get that on a Basalt Monolith or a couple other things, it's going to help get us a lot more mana a lot quicker. And finally, one of my personal favorite combos to run is Nexus of Fate. If we Mystical Tutor an Isochron Scepter, and we have enough mana to pull it off, we can actually take infinite turns with this. You're going to put the Mystical Tutor under Isochron Scepter, go find the Nexus, draw the Nexus, play the Nexus, and repeat. Now, with all the combo pieces that we have going on, we're going to need a lot of answers and early cheap counter spells, because control decks, stacks decks, everything is going to try to be stopping us. So we've got a couple really cheap counters in the forms of Pact of Negation, Force of Will, Spell Pierce, Swan Song, Dispel, Counterspell, Negate, Mana Drain. And each one of these are also great to put on an Isochron Scepter, as that will help you get your combo off uninterrupted. Now, I'm only running a couple answers because we're trying to combo off, not control the board. We have 2 board wipes in the form of Cyclonic Rift and Supreme Verdict. Answers to other combo decks, a Crozen Grip, and creature answers, Swords to Plowshares. Now, some of the finishing cards in here and support cards as we go through are, once we obtain infinite mana, we can Walking Ballista for however much we feel like. Once we have infinite loyalty activations, Ugin and Tezzeret will draw the deck, deal damage. Rings of Brighthearth, supporting the Planeswalker package, can activate loyalties twice. Eternal Witness. We have some recursion running here in the forms of Eternal Witness, Hana Ship's Navigator, Sun Titan. This will allow us to kind of get back those combo pieces that we don't get off to go correctly. One card I'm not sure if I should be running in here is Academy Rector. I think it feels like actually the most out of place card in here, but I'm trying it out right now. Help us search up a Planeswalker. Oath of Teferi, kind of like Rings of Brighthearth, just another thing to double up on the loyalty. Snapcaster Mage to come back with one of our instants and counters or removal. And a kind of a privileged position to help sustain our combo pieces. It will give all of our permanents hexproof. And finally, to finish off the tech, we will have some lands. So we have Field of Ruin as our land destruction. Boseiju will help get through a couple of our final instant and sorceries without being countered. Alchemist Refuge to play on the end of somebody's turn. Inventor's Fair can help gain some life, sustain, and also find the Chain Veil or an Isochron Scepter. Academy Ruins will just help get back a combo piece. Teleria West, we can search up the Mana Crypts and the Pact of Negation. Minimo, School at Water's Edge, will untap several of our things to help accelerate and so forth. Here's our green-white lands. We've got the Duel, the Shock, the Fetch, Horizon Canopy, Sunpetal Grove. The Duel, the Fetch, the Duel, the Shock, the Fetch, Sea of Clouds, Sky Shard Expanse, Mystic Expanse, and our one cycle land. I do not own a tropical island, but that's okay. We've got 4 blue-green lands here, 1 of each basic. And then our all-mana lands in the forms of Command Tower, Forbidden Orchard, Reflecting Pool, City of Brass, and a Mana Confluence. Now, quick, I'll explain the game-winning combo that we're going to have here. So, you're going to want to start with about 2 to 3 lands, as this deck only runs 32 lands. It's pretty low, being that we have all the mana rocks. So, the main thing we're going to try to do is get Estrid, the Chain Veil, and any amount of permanents that will produce 5 mana in total once we activate her ability. So let's say we've got some of this junk out here. We're gonna cast Estrid, we're gonna start plussing her. We're gonna put these masks on the Chain Veil, which will also help protect it. These, we're gonna be going on the lands. So if we Utopia Sprawl, fertile ground, and let's say put one more mask on one of these artifacts here. And if this is our board state, which can easily be obtained by turn 4 to 5, we will minus Estrid. She can go away. We can bring her back. We have tons of mana. Then we're going to start plussing after we tap all of these. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana. We're going to activate Estrid. We're going to untap all of our mana, have 8 floating, use 4 to activate the Chain Veil. Then we can plus her again after floating all of our mana once again. Sorry, these don't untap. And we just infinitely loop that. So here we'll get infinite mana, infinite loyalty activations. If we have something such as Staff of Domination out, we can then draw our entire deck. Same with Blue Sun Zenith, Sphinx's Revelation, etc., etc. Then we could play Jace, Teferi, whoever we've got, whatever mana sink available. We'll mill our opponent out, we'll draw every card in our deck, we'll gain infinite life, and go from there. So far, when I've played this, I haven't played too much competitive Commander, but it's been managing to go off on about turn 4, 5, 6. I don't have some of the huge cards in here, such as Time Twister and the other $1,000 plus cards, but this is the first competitive Commander deck I've attempted to build, and I'd appreciate any advice. I know you guys are usually a more casual group, and so am I, but this is a first attempt, so let me know what you think. Thanks for watching.